Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I'll be giving you my picks for the Summer Sale 2022 for the vehicles that I would recommend purchasing, being that I've used a ton of these, and in fact, actually, I've got a lot of reviews for these vehicles, and I will link them below in the pinned comment, and hopefully also the description if I remember. So that being said, I will be doing this in a hopefully fairly easy format to follow. So I'll be doing planes, tanks, and then ships and miscellaneous, and within that, I'll be doing vehicles that I would purchase with the singular 25% discount, or if you purchase 2 or more vehicles at a time, that would purchase with the 50% discount, because I know some people either want a single vehicle, they might want to purchase numerous so that they can get the bigger discount. So I'll be kind of giving you the vehicles I would purchase with each. So I'll be doing planes at 25%, and then planes that I would buy only if I got the 50% discount on them, tanks, and really whatever else. So you guys get the idea. Either way, of course, subscriptions are always awesome, and that would be awesome if you could subscribe, so I would greatly appreciate it, especially if you like this content. If you don't like the content, you subscribe, that'd be kind of weird. By the way, let's get into the video. And to start, I'll be going over the planes that I would purchase with the single discount of 25%. And bear in mind that these vehicles, so whether it's planes, tanks, or whatever, the ones I would purchase with just the 25% discount, those are pretty much going to be my top picks. So my top picks for the planes on this sale will be the MiG-21 SPSK, the A5C, and the F5C. Now, the reason for the MiG-21 SPSK is because it is a superb fighter. It's got those R60s, amazing missiles, especially for its BR at 9.7, and it's got very good performance as well. Not the best, but still very good performance. The A5C is an excellent fighter that can do pretty much everything. It's got the magic missiles, and it also has a pretty good payload, so you will be able to grind through the Chinese air tech tree very easily with that. And the F5C, much the same way. It's just a great overall fighter, but in my opinion, it is probably the most well-rounded of the 3 vehicles I just mentioned. Again, I do have reviews for all of these, and I'll try to link them below, so if you're interested in any of the vehicles I mentioned in this list, or in some of the other vehicles that might be on sale, I'll again put them below. That way we can save time on this list, because I don't want to make this a really long video. I just don't think it's really necessary for this type of video. So that being said, for the planes I would purchase if I had the 50% discount, and again, these are my secondary picks. These are good, but I prefer the top picks more and would buy them at a higher price. Thus, the ones I said I would buy with the 25% discount. Hope you guys are following. So the ones I would purchase with the 50% discount are the A4E IAF, AVA-A, and maybe the SU-7 BMK. But the problem with this is that the gameplay with the BMK is horrendously boring. You just bomb, rinse, and repeat, as it has awful handling and can typically only get air-to-air kills when it's being gifted with them. So it's a pretty boring plane, but it is very effective as a grinder, so bear that in mind. But again, these are the vehicles I would purchase with the 50% discount. The A4E is a great strike aircraft, as with the AVA-A. The AVA-A, in my opinion, is probably the best of the premium Harriers, but take that as you will. Again, reviews down below. Now, there are also 2 vehicles, and these are coincidentally planes, that will be disappearing after this sale: the JASDF Sabre and the Yak-38. So that means that you will no longer be able to purchase those vehicles after the sale is concluded on July 4th at 11 GMT. So again, I've got reviews for those below, as with pretty much every other vehicle on sale, but I will say that while these are certainly decent vehicles, they are a bit niche. The Yak-38 can be a great plane, as it is versatile and can be great for grinding, arguably more so than the SU-7 BMK, but it has a ridiculous turning radius and is subsonic. Still, I enjoyed playing it, as it can be a great and powerful tool in the right hands, being that it has R60 missiles at only 9.3 BR, but it also has no countermeasures, but you could also say that about the BMK. The Sabre, on the other hand, is much more maneuverable than the Yak-38 and is a great gunfighter, but only has 2 AIM-9Bs and accelerates far slower than pretty much every plane that it will encounter, making it feel way outmatched at its BR. By the time your entire team starts to dogfight with the enemy team, you will still be like 5 to 10 kilometers away, sometimes quite a bit more. It's that slow compared to every other plane that you'll be playing with. Again, I've got reviews for this plane, but long story short, I would only get it if you're either a collector or love gunfighting with planes. In my opinion, the MiG-17 AS is and was way better as a gunfighter than the JASDF Sabre, being that it just had better performance and pretty much everything else was just better about it, in my opinion. Now, for the tanks I would purchase with the single discount of 25%. Those are the T-72 AV Terms, the T-55 AM-1, the XM-1, the Samua SM, and the King Tiger Pack, otherwise known as the Tiger II SLA-16. Now, for the T-72 AV Terms, this should be obvious. It is a very powerful tank. One of my favorite premium tanks. The only real problem with this is that the people who purchase it tend to only have the T72 AV terms. So the problem with that is that you'll get into a high tier match, and it's probably already happening right now, and everyone will have the terms, they'll die once, and they'll leave. Don't be that guy that goes for pretty much every single one of these vehicles on this list that is of a higher BR, so just bear that in mind. I would definitely go for the T55 AM1 as well. In my opinion, the AM1 is a much more well-rounded vehicle at its BR than the AV terms. It's quick, it's got an excellent cannon, got ATGMs. Really, it's just a great vehicle, and arguably you can purchase the T72 AV terms and still use the T55 AM1 in the same exact match and do decently well with it. So I would almost argue to get the AV terms and the T55 AM1 just so you can have a backup. Even if it is a lower BR, you can still do work with it. The XM1 is a classic. It is very fast, not incredibly well armored, and it has a decent cannon. I would still get it even in 2022. It's a great vehicle, but it is something that is not as OP as it used to be. Still very good though. The Samua SM, in my opinion, one of the best brawlers in all of War Thunder. I love this tank. From the moment I got it, I had so much fun with it. It's got an incredible autoloader, very good armor. It's pretty much just a King Tiger on steroids. I love that tank. The only kind of problem with it is that it only has AP ammunition and not APHE. That's kind of symptomatic of most French vehicles. And finally, for the 25% discount, I would get the King Tiger pack, just because this is a really good vehicle to grind a really good ground forces tech tree, and it is just an overall upgrade over the Tiger 2H, as it has a little bit more horsepower and it gets its horsepower a little quicker. Now that said, for the vehicles that I would purchase only if I had the 50% discount, those are the Super AMX 30 pack, the Leopard pack. Now I feel that the premium Leopard 2A4 has largely supplanted the Leopard pack, so the Leopard A1, L44, but the 2A4 does not have a discount during Summer Sale 2022. I would also get the Object 120, the CV90105, and the Type 74 Mod G Kai. Now these are all great vehicles. I love the Super AMX 30, but it is a bit one-sided. It's very quick, it has a good cannon, but it has no armor, whereas the vehicles I listed previously are all very well-rounded. Much the same goes with the Leopard pack. It's kind of quick, has an incredible cannon, but has no armor. The Object 120, in much the same way, very quick, has one of the nastiest cannons in-game. That thing can throw down with tanks that are 10.0 BR plus, even arguably 11.0 BR, but it is paper-thin armor and is incredibly big. Next to that, we have the CV90105. That is a great vehicle, but it is a light tank. It's not as fast as the XM1, if I'm not mistaken. Even though it is a light tank, it is let down by that and also has a bit less armor than most people might want, so it will not typically be able to fight off against even auto cannons, but it is still a very powerful vehicle. And if you like scouting and that type of gameplay, it is pretty darn good. And finally, for the tanks, the Type 74 Mod G Kai, I really like this vehicle. It's got an incredibly powerful APF SDS shell that has over 400 millimeters of armor pen. Definitely a very good vehicle. The problem with the Type 74 Mod G Kai is that it feels like the vehicle itself is outdated, almost kind of like how the Leopard pack is. It's a very good vehicle. It's got an excellent cannon, but the vehicle itself just does not feel like it can throw down so much at 9.0. But again, this is kind of a vehicle that has like a 9.7, 9.3 BR cannon and ammunition, but about an 8.3 or an 8.7 BR chassis. Now finally, for ships, there's only one ship on sale here. It's the Prince Eugen. I would purchase this with even just the 25% discount. While it is being outpaced by newer ships, I feel it's still a great option, as it has great anti-air, great cannons, a good reload speed, good armor, good speed overall, and a powerful assortment of torpedoes that can be used to complete various battle pass challenges and daily tasks. In short, it is a great all-around ship, and I still use it whenever I use the German Blue Water Fleet. Now for Miscellaneous, I would also purchase the KA50, but only if you plan on purchasing the terms or if you already have a high BR lineup with the Russians. Otherwise, it's just not really a good thing to get because you will never be able to use it, being that helicopters almost are like kill streak rewards. You'll be contributing to the problem of one death levers at high BR, but that goes for pretty much, again, all of the vehicles I have listed. Now, when it comes to the other vehicles like the Dora pack, the Mustang pack, the Ezra Wiseman's pack, I like them all, but the problem with those is that you have very limited grinding options with those, and I would only really purchase those as a way to get the bigger discount, like 50% discount on the more expensive packs that are like $50, $60. So I would almost kind of use that as leverage just to kind of get a cheaper, more expensive pack, but they're all very good in their own right. Probably the Ezra Wiseman's pack is going to be the least usable, being that you only have a few tiers that you can actually actually grind with it, whereas the other vehicles, like the Dora pack, the Mustang pack, the Wyvern pack, you can grind basically tier 1 through tier 5, if I'm not mistaken, whereas the Ezra Wiseman's pack, you can only grind about 2 tiers with that, being that the Israeli Air Tech Tree starts at, if I'm not mistaken, tier 3, and this is a tier 4 vehicle, so just bear that in mind. But either way, I do have reviews for pretty much all these vehicles, linked below, and then some, so go ahead and check them out. But let me know what you guys think about this list. Please, of course, like, comment, subscribe. Greatly appreciate everything that you do to increase interactions with this video. Again, everything kind of helps. So again, thank you so much, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.